Hey, look out. It's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
If you're watching Zoom, you'll see Brian Holland there from Phoenix Roasters, but
That's not Brian Holland.
That's a much skinnier Brian
Yeah.
Holland. Brian?
That's half of Brian Holland.
Where's the rest of you? Is that behind the bags there? What?
Yeah. No, I got it. I have a feeling he's still in here, so I've still got more of him to exercise out. That's for sure. Yeah, it's funny. I have fat dreams, and I'll dream. It's no joke. Look, when I received the love and forgiveness of Jesus on May 2nd, 1988, the amount of drugs, alcohol, and nicotine I quit overnight was amazing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
God did an amazing thing. Now, that didn't mean I wasn't addicted. It just meant I wasn't using.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, the hardest thing I had to overcome with all the drugs and alcohol was the nicotine.
Mhm.
I had cigarette dreams for 6 years.
Wow.
And I'm laughing because I'll wake up literally thinking that I'm 285 pounds is where I started. I'm 214 now, but
Wow. Good for you, man.
yeah,
You
yeah.
were 285?
Yeah, man. I got a picture of me. My dad sent me. You know the story. Have we talked about me getting stuck in Ethiopia?
I'm not
No.
sure.
So when we went down there to the farm down there to investigate a potential farming partner that wanted to give back and do good and build schools and churches. And so we ended up down there, and my father and I, my dad was 81 years old, and me and two guys from our church. And we got caught in a political protest for 4 days behind the protest. We tried to break through with a group of dignitaries and the army, and we couldn't break through. And
Wow.
finally, the United Nations had to evacuate us out. I don't know if you can see. There I was. My dad.
Wow.
My dad sent me that picture, and
That's a much bigger Brian Holland there.
Yeah.
that's a hoss right there, buddy. Yeah, Emily took that picture the other day, so that's a little bit better. So,
Look at that.
Look at you, man.
How big a boy are you? I think
How
is what
big-
people probably wanted to know. Brian Holland here, he's there. It looks like you're in the warehouse,
Yeah.
and I love the setup there. And we just want to catch up with you because things have been crazy town. I don't think we've talked to you since we were all socially isolated. There you go. There's the church, right?
That's where the church is. Of course, there's
Yeah.
the coffee and the bags and Wes and Emily. And, of course, there's the Nitro coffee counter down there. 6 of our awesome Nitro flavors and stuff like
Love that nitro.
Yeah, if you're on the Facebook, you can follow Brian. He's usually on every day, and he's sharing, ministering, preaching, and then they have the Sunday service. I'm not sure if you have a midweek service. I can't remember, but I know I do see you on during the weekend.
Yeah, for sure. And we're so blessed by that, because the whole reason for coffee is to be the funding engine, revenue engine for planting churches. We've planted now over 100 churches around the world using coffee to pay for it.
Wow. So get us up to date now. Before we went live, you were talking a little bit about just the shakeup. We've all been shaken in one form or fashion. And
Right.
just this God idea, this genius idea of growlers, kind of to tell people if they don't know what a growler is, I do,
Yeah.
by mistake. But talk about
By
growlers
mistake.
and then how you guys have transitioned into that during this crazy isolation thing.
I know. We lost so much business because churches all over the country make a conscious choice with their consumer dollars to use Phoenix Roasters Coffee That Matters as their preferred coffee on Sunday morning and so forth. Well, churches haven't been meeting for the last 8 weeks, so we lost about 70% of our online business overnight. And then we do in Atlanta, we're like the preferred coffee vendor for big conferences and all, so social gatherings all stopped overnight. And so we really took a big hit, but that gave us time to reinvent ourselves. And Greg Sweat, our co-founder, is he's our COO, our operations guy, and he and Emily, my daughter, they have crushed reinventing ourselves. We have a refrigerated nitro van. It's a rolling kegerator that serves our nitro. As a matter of fact, we're going to be up at Northside Cherokee, Emily, we are going up there this Wednesday to say thank you to our nurses and doctors, and we'll be pouring nitro up there, keeping those guys. They'll be going through surgeries in half the time when they get done with that nitro. That'll be their most efficient day. So,
Love it.
so, anyway, but yeah, so the growlers ended up, Emily started this project last year, and it just kind of lingered, and finally we ordered some in January, and then we started hearing about this COVID thing, and people started getting leery about being together, and so more and more people heard about the growlers to be able to take nitro home, which is perfect for curbside service. Well, now everybody's got these growlers, and they're gone in 3 or 4 days, and they're just salivating, waiting for the nitro truck. It's sort of like an adult ice cream truck, you know. And,
You need to play music on that thing when it comes around. See adults chasing you down the street.
Yeah, that's right. Pop goes the nitro.
There you go.
I think that's a great idea for you, man. I love it. So, but isn't it amazing though how God is providing for you guys? Where one thing goes away, and you might think, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? But here he knew ahead of time, and he's taking care of you guys.
Yeah, and in addition to that, of course, there's a heightened awareness. You know, we always say it's not about coffee. There's such a heightened awareness for spiritual things. Like, you know, I always say that there's about 4 times in life that we kind of catch God going around the corner, kind of like, Elijah. Kind of, you can't see the face because it'll kill you, but you can see around the corner. And it's like we catch God going around the corner of eternity at weddings, because Jesus loved weddings, right? We catch these eternal moments at salvation and baptism, and then the birth of a child is I think we can all agree that when we see the creative process, it is so spiritual. But then at funerals and death, you can't deny eternity. And so you just see God going around the corner. And there's a real heightened awareness of need for relationship with our Maker. And so from a community standpoint, even though we are not being able to meet like we were, now we have started meeting around these tables. So we've got sort of a setup for social distancing. We left the tables up, and we can seat about a third of what we normally would be able to seat. And some of our branches for Phoenix are not even open yet. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're getting ready to start a Phoenix Community of Athens.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah. So if any
cool.
of you are University of Georgia fans, since I'm a Tech fan, I can say this about Georgia fans. Every single one of the Georgia fans would know where the porn and adult novelty store is in Athens, I'm sure. So we are actually.
This is Brian Holland talking right now, not Rick and Dan.
That's absolutely right. So here's the cool part: we're taking over the that space. That space is closed down.
Good.
Wow.
And our pastors at the Athens guys have they've taken over that space, and they're going to be reconstructing it. And so you're talking about a Phoenix story right there, buddy.
Wow,
that is
awesome.
Exciting. Look who just walked in. Look at that guy back there.
There he is.
Is that Greg Sweat back there?
That's a legend right there. Greg Sweat
is a legend.
Greg Sweat is the co-founder of Phoenix Roasters, along with Brian Holland. Hey, we got to go to a break, Brian.
Look at it. He's got a couple boards there. He's ready to smack somebody with them.
Look out.
Hey, Rick is like world famous on Facebook because of his son. That's all there is to it.
That's true. That's very true.
Very true.
And you guys are very sweet and gracious with your comments, all of you. I mean, Dan loves Jake to pieces, and Jake actually loves Dan more than he loves his dad. But that's a whole nother show. But we got to go here to a break. But I just want to tell you, I just really believe. I mean, God's been so faithful to you. But you know what? You guys have been faithful to God.
Man,
you guys have really sown into people's lives. even sometimes it hurt, and you still sowed into people's lives with your product, your words, your actions. And God doesn't take anything lightly. He didn't forget anything.
Wow.
He's smarter than an elephant because he created an elephant. And I'm going to tell you that he's going to come back. And, you talk about restoration. You're going to see, and of course, product. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But you guys are going to see some people come into the kingdom that you almost gave up on.
Yes.
God says, because you guys didn't give up on the least, he said, I'm going to give you the best, like the wine at the wedding. Look out. So that's coming your way. And
we appreciate what you guys do.
Yeah.
Do.
You guys are amazing. All right, we got to go to a break. We got to talk to you guys soon. In fact, we got to show up at your place one of these days, and we're going to just
we'll wear masks and bring growlers.
Yeah.
So
well, make sure there's a hole in your mask for the straw so you can drink that nitro.
All right. Well, listen, we'll be right back. We love these guys, Greg and Brian from Phoenix Roasters. Phoenix Roasters, actually PhoenixRoasters.coffee, the place to go, and check them out on Facebook and all of the streaming of the church. We'll be back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.